Today's video is sponsored to you by EA, and the day is here. The first official full reveal trailer for Madden NFL 26 is live. We're going to take a look at that and the brand new Gridiron notes that go over a bunch of new things that we can expect in Madden 26. What's going on, everybody? It's Popular Stranger. We got a lot of information to go over. You can probably see it with your eyes right now. The first official reveal trailer for Madden NFL 26 is live. We're going to loop it in the background of this video while I yap about everything Madden 26 related, because today, along with this trailer, EA also put out a full Gridiron notes talking about a ton of things that you can expect in the game this year. And if you missed my video a couple days ago, I had the pleasure of attending the official cover shoot for Madden NFL 26 featuring Saquon Barkley, Super Bowl champion, Eagle legend. I had the pleasure to sit down and interview him. It was a really cool experience. But in that video, again, if you missed it, go check it out. We'll link it down below in the comment section as a pinned comment. In the latter half of it, I talked about the fact that I was actually in Orlando about a week ago today, and I got to play Madden 26 early. Also, everything that's in these Gridiron notes, I learned about it as well. So we're going to go through it together here. We'll link the blog down below in the comment section as a pinned comment as well, but I'm going to give my 2 cents and my input in some of the things that I experienced in relation to the things that are in this blog. First up, and most importantly, let's talk gameplay, and it is worth noting that this isn't everything. When it comes to gameplay, there will be a deep dive upcoming very soon, and of course we will have a video to cover it and talk about everything that's in there, but it goes on to say under the gameplay section here, when we talk about gameplay in Madden NFL 26, we're talking about real-world NFL data, seeing the tendencies and traits from the league superstars and experiencing real football weather, which is going to be crazy in this year's game on the virtual gridiron. Strategizing around the real X's and O's of football and real community feedback, and they definitely listen. I promise they did. Coming through for each snap, truly making every game you play feel different. EA did a ton of rework on the quarterback position and all of the quarterbacks in the game. It's going to be interesting to see how it translates over to Madden Ultimate Team, which I'm sure the majority of my audience watching this video will be invested in, but they have over 500 new quarterback animations, QB signatures in Madden 26, which are going to be visual representations of everything that a quarterback does, how they hold the ball, how they stand in the pocket, how they run out of the pocket, the arm angle when they throw the football in certain situations, and they also overhauled player traits, and that's just not with quarterbacks specifically. There's going to be over 50 new player traits across numerous positions, and they're using all of this real-world NFL tendency data to implement how they behave in the game. Whether it's Lamar Jackson getting shifty to avoid hits or Matt Stafford dropping his arm down to finesse a screen pass, pocket presence, scrambling tendencies, and passing styles reflect the unique traits of today's stars and tomorrow's legends. Knowing that the majority of you watching this video right now are Madden Ultimate Team players, you're probably thinking to yourself, 500 new quarterback animations, how is this going to impact my MUT quarterbacks? Am I going to be able to use a Jalen Hurts or a Lamar Jackson or a Patrick Mahomes and have to deal with those real-life signature animations but still be able to snap the ball in a timely fashion? Well, the answer is yes. From the game that I played in Orlando last week, I tested out Jalen Hurts specifically. You still see those unique animations for each quarterback, but it felt like to me that you could snap out of them in the middle of the animation. So if you like the authenticity of things like that, well, this game's going to be even better for you. But if it's not really your cup of tea, you can essentially bypass it in-game, snap the ball, and get on the field. Along with QB DNA, EA is introducing Coach DNA, which is going to impact gameplay in various game modes. Again, I'm going to focus on a lot of Ultimate Team stuff here. When it comes down to it, solo challenges will probably be a little bit more difficult, more realistic, mostly depending on the teams that you're facing, but it gives a great example of Dan Campbell with the Detroit Lions and just being a little bit more aggressive when it comes down to maybe a 4th and 3 play in the middle of the game. So I think you will see some of that stuff translate over to Madden Ultimate Team, and if you're a big fan of coach suggestions, you like to use that feature, Coach DNA is going to be a huge overhaul to that. It's going to contain a new feature which they call Coach Speak. So if you're playing as the Lions And in this example, it's going to be specific to playing regs, but if you maybe have Dan Campbell as your coach for your Madden Ultimate team, they're going to offer various suggestions based on the down and distance, similar to what they think the Detroit Lions tendencies are as IRL. And again, they're going to use a lot of this, IRL data-driven information to base these things off of. EA made huge changes to playbooks last year, and it looks like they are not stopping for Madden NFL 26. In the Gridiron notes, it says that they are happy to announce they have nearly 1,000 new plays at the launch of the game, a lot of them focusing on the current trend of motion plays, shift-based plays. On the defensive side of the ball, you're going to find exotic blitz pressures, defensive disguises, and the all-new stunts and twists to lock down your opponent. The stunts and twists feature is really, really interesting. There's numerous ways that you can do it on just about any play. And again, when we see that gameplay deep dive, I'm sure there'll be a lot more information on it. If you played College Football 25, you're going to be familiar with wear and tear. If you did not, this is a feature that is coming to Madden 26. Now, I think it's better used for sim features and playing Dynasty and offline game modes, so I'll be very interested to see how it translates over to Madden Ultimate Team, but it's a great way to kind of utilize and manage your roster when it comes to injuries and players being fatigued and a little banged up. For all of you that are looking for that real, authentic NFL football experience, the wear and tear feature is certainly something that's going to bring it. Also, a great way to manage all of this is going to be the dynamic substitutions feature, which is definitely one of my favorite things that I saw and experienced firsthand when playing the game early. Essentially, you're going to be able to sub out players on the fly without having to hit the pause menu, doing formation subs from the play call screen in the middle of a pre-snap, when you're setting up all your hot routes and audibles. There's going to be a way to bring up your substitution menu, swap out players, everybody from the quarterback to the wide receiver, and you can do it on the defensive side of the ball as well. And then on the very next play, those substitutions will take place, and then you can quickly reset to your starting or default lineup. I think it's a really cool feature. I think Travis Hunter is going to be changing the game in more ways than one. He's going to be one of the very first players. Obviously, Deion Sanders did it as well. One of the few players that's going to be playing a lot of snaps on both sides of the ball, wide receiver and cornerback. But I think EA is kind of implementing what he's going to be able to do IRL into the game this year, because it said new depth chart positions, and some of the examples are going to be like edge, nose tackle, long snapper, the gadget position, which is really cool as well. All of these new titles and positions are going to be reflective in the depth charts, in which you can just have more customization to the way you set up your team. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one, but football weather is getting a massive overhaul visually, the way it impacts the players on the field. I don't know if this is something that we're going to see in like head-to-head games when it comes to Madden Ultimate Team. I 100% believe that you'll see things like this in solo challenges, but it's not just your standard rain and snow games anymore. There's like really like blizzard effects where you can't see fully down the field. The wind's going crazy, the rain's going crazy. For all of you that have been looking for this like real life experience and having weather impact the game, you got it this year. And if you're a franchise player, I think this is something that's really going to come into play and impact your games. And visually, it just looks amazing. Graphically, the entire game looked really, really good when I was able to play it. But this football weather aspect of things, I think is just going to add another dimension to it. Foundational football is a phrase that we've heard EA use from time to time, year after year after year, when talking about building upon the gameplay. And this year, I know one thing that I think a lot of people are going to be excited about, specifically if you preferred College Football 25 gameplay over Madden 25 gameplay, is this explosive NFL gameplay experience. In the Gridiron notes, they say that the left stick feeling has never felt better in Madden, and it's just not that fast players are fast. They reworked the locomotion in the game, and now it's going to give you, that explosive feeling. The game plays faster, to sum it up here. So a player who runs a 4.2 40-yard dash is going to feel like a player who runs a 4.2 40-yard dash. Again, just using the example of last year's game, college football felt a lot faster than Madden NFL football in the year of 25, and a lot of people like college over Madden because of that reason. Well, the game speeds on both games now feel extremely similar. Last year, we had the addition of custom stem routes, and I think it was really good for the game and a way to open up offense and run unique formations and plays to your liking. Well, we're getting the defensive side of that this year. Custom defensive zones. We'll hear more about it on that gameplay deep dive, but it's very similar to the custom stem routes that we saw in Madden 25. Instead, you're going to be able to essentially stem your zones, and we're talking hook curls, deep blues, hard flats, curl flats, basically any zone in the game. You can individually adjust it on a player to your liking. So if there's a corner route that you keep getting beat by and you feel like no matter what you do with your zone there, you can't get a guy to go out there and cover it, you're going to have total control of putting those zones in the places that you want them to be. They did this year remove the feature to base align your defense, but you now have a specific alignment option for your safeties and your defense. So it's going to be in the coach adjustment screen, but it says in these Gridiron Notes article, if you want your safeties to align on a certain hash, you can do that. Also, AI logic in the custom zones are going to work hand in hand. So even though you have the control to do this, right, when you're playing against the computer in any game mode, you're going to see them do it as well. Just one more time, I want to mention it. I know my core audience and the majority of the people watching this video are going to be Madden Ultimate Team players, so I'm going to skip past a lot of these other things that you can read about yourself in the Gridiron Notes, but they have a section on franchise mode, a presentation which just visually, with all of the traditions that we see in college football, they carried a lot of those over to Madden NFL 26, meaning that, you're going to see some of the things that you see in an NFL stadium, the traditions that a team does. Uniforms got a massive overhaul. If you rock the Eagles Kelly Green uniforms at home, guess what? The field is also going to have the Kelly Green theme. Same thing with the Bengals.